Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live replays for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have a picture here from the NBA. It is a 5-game card from the association, Friday card from college basketball. Also, we got a handful of games here from the NHL. I appreciate if you guys here on our channel would give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps to build up our audience when you do that. And, of course, set those notifications so you're notified whenever we give out our live shows and live free picks. 5 live shows over our channel, all of them enabled with chat. So we welcome your comments and picks in the chat. Always ask if you guys just keep it respectful there. Appreciate you guys here in the chat, keeping it rolling for us here. Ron Hahn in there this morning. We'll say hello to the cappers and get right to the picks so we don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. El Nino's, what's happening?
Yeah, doing all right. 2-1 day yesterday, so back on the winning side of things. I'll take it. Did lose a little bit of juice on that loss, but I'll take a winning day any day. So yeah, looking to keep it rolling to the weekend here. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing good. Had 3-1 day yesterday. Dismissed with Liberty, but had the over in the Golden State game. Had also Michigan State? Yeah, outright there against Purdue and Utah Tech, a team that I've been following closely down the stretch, covering for me as well. So we'll look to continue that momentum. Just a reminder, guys, we are going to give you our free picks, but if you're looking for our best bets, link in the description will take you over to TonySpeaks.com. That's where you find our best bets, our premium plays, and all of our premium plays are documented over at TonySpeaks.com. Link in the description, and the promo code TonyT knocks off that 15% off there. All right, let's get to the games here for today. Here, we've got action here from NBA. We'll do it in one block. It's a 5-game card. We got Cavs and Pistons here. We've got the Pistons laying 6.5 in some spots, total 227. Nets and Celtics 17.5. There's some 18s out there, total 208.5. Knicks and Bucks. It's the Knicks on the road, 8.5, total 220.5. Grizzlies and Mavericks 4.5, total 240. And the late night game tonight over on ESPN, Nuggets, Thunder 8.5 in spots, total 233.5. We'll take a look at the injury reports here for these games. Cleveland and Detroit. We've got Mitchell and Strus out here for Cleveland. Wade, Schroeder, Harden, Ellis are questionable. Remember, Harden fractured that thumb, right? So keep an eye on him. Stewart still out for Detroit. For Brooklyn, a clean injury report. For Boston, Tatum out there for Boston. We go to the Knicks and Bucks. Just McBride out for the Knicks. Giannis and Prince out for Milwaukee. Memphis and Dallas. We've got Aldama, Clark, Howard, Edey, Morant out for Memphis. Jerome doubtful for Dallas. Flagg and Gafford out. Washington here is questionable. Denver and OKC. For Denver, it's Bates, Gordon, Watson out. Jones, Murray, Pickett questionable. Strother here probable. For the Thunder, Carlson, A.J. Mitchell, Jalen Williams, a good one, out there for this OKC team here. But the news is SGA in the lineup today for the Thunder. We'll get started here with El Ninos.
Yeah, definitely some interesting spots here. Not too much I love. Obviously, these numbers kind of where I try to avoid them, honestly. But could definitely think this first one up here, Cavs Pistons, definitely a happy hour special. Not necessarily the biggest James Harden fan, but I think he could make the difference between the cover and or not in this one. So leaning Pistons in that one. Again, if you can find a 6, I don't necessarily mind the Pistons, but again, not a game I'm necessarily rushing to bet either. I'd rather wait on confirmations in this lineup. Could also take a shot on Pistons to win both halves. I'm seeing that at plus 185. So nice plus money on that to come through if Harden sits this one out. Looked at a couple totals here. Knicks, Bucks. Like the slower paced, lower scoring game in that one. You got 2 slow paced teams coming into this one. The Knicks are 31-29 the under. The Bucks are 33-24 to the under. So take that one to stay under the total. And Nuggets Thunder, yeah, pretty interesting. As you mentioned, the Thunder getting a lot healthier here, but gotta wonder on especially for SGA. I think he's gonna be a little limited here in how many minutes he gets. So could be a spot to back the Nuggets here to keep it competitive, but also like this total here. You got the Nuggets leading the league 37-22 at the over. OKC 32 and 28 to that over. Last 3 meetings between these two teams have gone over the total, so I'll take this one to go over as well.
Yeah, from El Nino, say what I think here about these games here. I'll look at taking the points here with the Cavs. I know Harden probably will not make this game here coming in, but I'll look at them in this spot. Pistons have missed a cover in 2 straight. 3-point shooting is the issue with the Pistons. I just don't trust them. Cavs in pretty good shooting form coming in. I'll look at taking the points. I can only look at the points with taking the points with Brooklyn. This is the first home game for Boston after a West Coast road trip. I know Brooklyn here on the back-to-back, but this is a long fight back after a West Coast trip. I don't know if you're going to get Boston's best effort here after that road trip. So I would only lean taking the points. I'll look at the Knicks. Look at the Bucks plus the points. Looks to me the Bucks want to get in the play-in game. I don't think they want to tank, and Giannis doesn't want to tank when he comes back. So I think the word is out there. Milwaukee wants to win, and I think he'll get an effort from them here. They've been shooting the ball well over the past couple of weeks here, 51%, 39% from 3, and they're defending the 3-point line very well. The Knicks haven't covered a game since the All-Star break, so they can't cover games. Bucks have covered 5 of 6 with really good shooting. New York in a 3-point shooting slump right now since coming from the break, so I can only look at the Bucks in this one. Memphis, just games going over with them. T.J. Jackson and company can score and shoot. They can't defend worth a lick. Matter of fact, when you look at Boston, their profile of late has been the same thing. Shooting great, defending poorly. So I can only look here at the over in that one. Yeah, I could only look at taking Denver plus the points here in this one. That's you're going to give Jokic that many points in a rest situation. No, I can't look at that one. I'll look at Denver here plus the 8 here in this spot. They have been shooting the ball well over the past 2 weeks at 48%, 44% from 3. I can only look at Denver in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the 20 Morning Show. As we continue on, we'll move on over to college hoops for today. This Friday card, we'll knock it off in 2 blocks here. And looks like we have kind of an odd number of games here early, not a whole lot late. So in this block, we're going to cover the games at 6 and include the 7 Eastern time games, 7:30 Eastern time game, sorry. So the first block, 6 and include the 7:30. The 8 Eastern and later we'll do in block 2. So here in block number 1, it's going to be a lot of small conference games here. It is on Friday. Now, in fact, Miami O, Western Michigan here. Miami O keeps looking to keep that O intact here. It's 12. We're seeing 11.5 now on the road with Miami, Ohio. And that Dayton, George Washington's another TV game. George Washington laying 3.5 at home, total 152.5. And that's pretty much your marquee matchups here in this first block. So in this first block, we go to including 7:30 Eastern. We'll go to El Nidos.
Yeah, not too much for me in college basketball today, but couple games I did look at. First up, we got Yale Cornell in that early one. Like a lot of scoring in this one. You got 2 of the better 3-point shooting teams in college basketball going at it here. Not necessarily the best defenses either, so expect a ton of scoring here. I know it's a pretty big number, but I think we get over that total. Another one I liked was Columbia to get the job done over Brown at home here to win this one by 2 possessions plus. They're 8-4 at home. Brown just 3-8 on the road. So nice little payback spot. They won. They lost this first meeting at Brown 86 to 80. So I think they get their payback at home here. And last but not least, I like Harvard on the road there again. Another just laying just over a possession here, but I like them to get the job done on the road. Just think they're the much better team, much better, great numbers from the free throw line there in case it does come down to that. Better defense, so I think that travels well. They're 8-5 on the road. I'll lay it with Harvard there over Princeton.
There from El Nino, say what I think here about some of these early games. Yeah, this Miami, Ohio team, number 1 in offensive efficiency, number 2 on defense. Offensively, 37 from 3, 63% from 2. They make their free throws. This Western Michigan team is not a good defensive team. Matter of fact, over the last month, they're shooting just 42%, but they're giving up 50% shooting, 42% from 3. They failed to cover 6 of 8 with bad defense. I can't back Western Michigan. I can only look at Miami, Ohio in this game to cover this one. Dayton, George Washington. I'll look at Dayton. Dayton's showing something here late here. They've been playing well. Dayton is 3rd in offensive efficiency in the A-10. They hit 50% from 2. a team that hits their free throws, hits their threes. George Washington, not a very good shooting team in the conference there. And defensively, I should say, 10th in defensive efficiency, struggling defending twos and threes. They turn the ball over offensively in conference here, and the Flyers have won and covered 4 straight with good defense. Looking at George Washington, failed to cover 5 of 7 with poor defense. I'll look at Dayton here at the plus price. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Closing out college basketball with the games here in this block. We'll cover the games at 8 Eastern time and include the 9 Eastern game slot here. Notable games here would be Michigan, Illinois. Michigan 1.5, 2 on the road there. I think this Georgia Southern Marshall was a TV game tonight. Marshall laying 7 at home. I think Southern Miss Alabama is also on TV. I believe South Alabama 5.5. Akron and Kent State, pretty good one in the MAC. Akron laying 4 on the road there. And we'll go back to Alnitos.
Yeah, gonna look at this Michigan Illinois game. Gonna look at an under in this one. You got some pretty good defenses going at it. 2 teams trending that way. Michigan 17-11 to the under. Illinois is also trending heavily that way. 16-12 to the under. So yeah, I know they got some guys that can put the ball in the basket too, but again, both teams just trending heavy to the under. So I'll take the under there. And the side I liked here late was South Alabama to get the job done over Southern Miss. Again, going to lay almost 2 possessions here, but I think they can get the job done at home where they're 10-3. Southern Miss just 3-11 on the road here. So, yeah, they also won the last meeting on the road 84-86. So I think they win this one more comfortably at home.
There from El Nino say what I think about these games here. I'll look at Michigan here, laying the numbers here. To me, just a team in a little better and better shooting defensive form here. Is Michigan over Illinois, just 45% shooting over the past month. Michigan in the much better shooting form. I'll look at Michigan in this spot. I'll look at South Alabama to cover this number. Southern Miss, bad offensive team in the Sun Belt. They don't make their threes. They turn the ball over. South Alabama, second in effective field goal shooting in the Sun Belt. They hit their threes and 55% from 2-point range, and they defend very well in conference play. So I'll look at South Alabama there. Georgia Southern Marshall. This Georgia Southern team's really bad. 13th in defensive efficiency in the conference, 12th on the offensive side, effectively shooting the basketball poorly. Marshall, number 1 in offensive efficiency in the Sun Belt. A team that hits threes, hits twos, and Georgia Southern has failed to cover 12 of 13 with poor shooting. Over the last month, hit just 41%, not making threes. And Thundering Herd over the last month hitting 48% of their shots. I'll look at Marshall laying the 7. All right, let's continue here on the Toynks Morning Show. As we continue on, we move on over to the NHL. Here we got a handful of games, 4 games on the boards. We'll ask Al Ninos what you got today from the NHL.
Yeah, pretty interesting card for sure here. First up, I look at these Sabres. Slight road dogs, pretty much a pick 'em here. But they'll come in with the rest advantage here. Stayed hot or came back hot from the break, getting the job done over the Devils. I think they make the most of this rest advantage. I like the Panthers yesterday with their rest advantage. Now they're still at home, and won their game comfortably, but still that back-to-back, never an easy spot. So I'll take that rest advantage with the Sabres. I like the Capitals there to get the job done at home over the Golden Knights, who are playing some decent hockey, I guess, coming into this one off a big win over the Kings, but still think the Capitals get the job done there at home, laying a little tiny bit of juice. Again, almost a pick 'em there. And those are definitely the 2 plays I feel the strongest about. I want to take the Jets there over the Ducks. I know the Ducks have been real hot, so it's hard to step in front of them. The Jets still not the most consistent team in the league, but especially if Hellebuck, who looks like he's expected to start this one, if he gets the green light, then I like the Jets to pull the upset off there. And nothing huge. Don't want to go big here against these Ducks, but just to lean the Jets.
Yeah, from Al Ninos. All right, we got you through our sports coverage for today. Now it's time for our parlay purple segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay, player prop, game of the future. Anyway, college baseball up there. We got spring training baseball. They'll make the call here. We go back to El Nidos.
Yeah, hold on. This one's going to be a tricky one today. I guess I'll go with, let's take Washington there in the hockey. Let's take the Capitals. We'll take the Sabres, and we'll wrap it up with, let's take the Nuggets.
Yeah, from El Nino. See, I'll go ahead and take with the parlay segment. I'll go ahead and take Dayton plus the points. I will also take Marshall laying the points, and over in the NBA, I will go ahead and take Cavaliers plus the points. Sorry, we got you through our parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Here, as heading into a big weekend of action with the NBA, college basketball, of course, NHL up on the board as we're getting into conference tournament action play next week. You can see over on our leaderboards, the documented results. El Nino, see them top of the leaderboards here, sitting pretty here in 2026. 996 units of profit for this year. That is based on $100 unit wager size. So, Al, what do you got for sale today over at Tony's Picks?
So far, it's just my college basketball alley-oop there if you want to check that out. Again, could end up on a couple plays in the NBA. Also, as I mentioned, a couple decent spots in the NHL there. So, might end up pulling the trigger there. And again, mostly going to depend on where these lines end up here in the NBA. If I find a little better value than I'm seeing right now, I'm going to pull the trigger there.
That's right, guys. Yeah, boy, El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. He's got his Elliott play up there. Best bet of Friday. Profit guaranteed, meaning the most turn profit amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is profit guaranteed. So get on board with El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. They consider that weekend pass, 3-day all sports pass. You guys like that on the weekend? Go all of El Nino's premium plays for the 3 days here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and attach that promo code TonyT. That'll knock off 15% off that price. So get on board. And of course, you can match up El Nino's with your favorite capper here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, guys, I have a best bet on the board from the NBA today. So get on board with me. Coming off a good day yesterday. So get signed up with me over at Tony'sPicks.com and leaderboards there showcasing all of our top performers. Hey, guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And you want to head on over to our YouTube channel where we have lots of great content up there produced by a lot of myself as well as our cappers. A lot of great content up there. We want to let's just see what's up on the channel for today when we head on over there and over on our channel. Best way to navigate is right from the homepage. You'll find all of our live shows here. Archive live shows for today. We got Night Moves with Ramon and company. Complete rundown on all these games for today. The show airs live at 3 a.m. Eastern time and also archives so you guys can watch the replay. Look at that show with Alessandro. Alessandro here. First look at these games as they open. And, of course, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern time, it is the Look Ahead Show. Happy Hour with Rod and Company, 5 p.m. Eastern time. These are your last look at these games before they start. With Rod and Company, it's the Happy Hour. Rod also hosts the Daily Dangle, which is a hockey show, complete rundown on the hockey, 1 p.m. Eastern time every day here on the channel. Of course, morning show as well, airing here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, you take a look at our videos. Got the compilation videos up there for you right now. And we'll have NBA college hoops up there for you guys. The prop hit list is up here from Chris. Got an NHL prop list for you guys right now that's up and ready to roll. Of course, you check out our playlist with NBA and more. Chris Ramon in there with a full coverage NBA. Alessandro in there as well. My videos are being uploaded as we speak. Our shorts are up there for you guys right now. Check those out. Lots of great content over on the channel, guys, over at Tony's Picks. Check it out here on our YouTube channel. Hockey in there as well. Chris's hit list. Alessandro's got some for you as well. It's fight night tonight on the live shows with Alessandro. So Alessandro will have his UFC video live also on the channel at 9 p.m. Eastern time for this card in Mexico City. So check out the Look Ahead Show today with Alessandro. Get those UFC picks, videos, shorts, and more. Check us out here on the channel. Of course, El Nino's pretty much big part of this morning show, and we see on the reels as well.
Yeah, a lot of morning shows, so keep tuning in early. And again, always catch the replays if you can't make it this early, but also make sure to check out all the other great content we got going on at Tony's Picks YouTube channel.
That's right, guys. Check out our YouTube channel. A lot of great content. Like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Appreciate everybody in the chat today contributing their plays and more. And, of course, everybody have a great weekend up there. Ron Hahn in there as well. In the crap, he's got some plays up for you today. Best bets on the board. Check them out. Cal Dog, appreciate you. Have a great weekend there. as well as Scipio with the the Lakers. Oh my goodness, that was an awful performance yesterday by the Lakers. A lot of guys were on the Lakers. This is a team.
That was my loss. Again, a team I haven't backed too often this year, and you heard me talk a lot of smack about them, but definitely looked like a good spot. Of course, they did some Lakers things, and really not a big fan of this Lakers squad.
Yeah, that was an awful game yesterday. 10-point lead, and it cost a lot of people a lot of money out there. When you look at the Suns, they couldn't hit 40% of their shots the last 4 games. They were in the 30s. They were in the 30s. A team we've seen the Lakers blow out these teams like this, right? And that was an ugly game last night. A 10-point lead evaporated there in the third quarter. It looked like they were going to coast a little bit, but then it evaporated there with turnovers and just.
I saw a crazy Lucas stat. I don't know if it's real or not. It sounded pretty unbelievable. Apparently, he's never made a game-tying or go-ahead shot in the last minute of a game, in either ever or in a very long time. But that was a pretty wild. So I think ever, but that was a wild stat. Gonna have to double check that one for everyone, but. Probably should have double checked it before bringing it up, but anyway, interesting stat there. And anyways, not as I said, not a big fan of this Lakers squad, and he's not necessarily the biggest problem on the team.
Grayson Allen looking like Larry Bird, Royce O'Neal as well, looking like a starter.
That Lakers defense will do that.
Oh my goodness, that was horrible rotation. I will give him. Marcus Smart made a good pass to the one positive I saw was Marcus Smart. But that pass to Austin Reeves was pretty good because they had to get a good look like that for a 3-pointer with 0.9 of a second. That was the only good thing I got out of that game was a pretty good inbound pass there at the end to set up. But of course, Reeves couldn't convert the shot. They need a defensive guru on that bench. It's quite obvious that JJ's not a defensive mind. That's really what it is.
No, it's just also, we talked about the Clippers revamping their squad and going more defensive minded, but it's going to take a lot of work to get some defense on this Lakers team. I think it's going to take more than just one piece. There's a lot of guys that don't like to play much defense on this roster.
It looks ugly. Ayton is a head case there, as we know, but that's how it is, man. Pretty rough year for the Lakers. That'll do it here. Closing thoughts, El Ninos, before we close it out?
No, just hope my Lakers wake up and start playing some defense. We know they can score now. It's time to start playing some defense. But best of luck to everyone, and
good luck to everybody. We're gonna wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony This Morning Show.